welcome to this explainer. Every single child is born with just incredible potential, but without the right guidance, the right framework, that potential can easily wither away. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating, comprehensive blueprint for human development created by the SQSF Counseling Center. We're going to explore exactly how we can unlock a person's true potential. And spoiler alert here, it goes way, way beyond just getting good grades on a test. Okay, let's jump right into our first concept, the illusion of success. So here is a modern paradox that absolutely keeps parents, educators, and psychologists up at night. We really have to ask ourselves, why do we see so many students scoring top-tier marks, yet they're struggling profoundly with inner peace? Or think about the professional world for a second. Why do highly skilled, objectively successful adults sometimes completely lack a moral compass or the ability to make ethical decisions? It is a glaring disconnect. And it perfectly highlights this illusion of success. On one hand, you have this shiny exterior, right? These are the outward achievements we're totally conditioned to celebrate. The high academic achievers, the professionally successful folks, people with incredibly impressive hard skills. But then on the flip side, you have the hidden struggle. This is the inward turmoil. We're talking mental instability, family conflict, a total lack of personal peace. Because outward success means absolutely nothing if it's literally collapsing under the weight of what's going on inside. Which brings us to our next area to unpack, the roots of imbalance. So exactly why does this massive systemic imbalance happen in the first place? Well, when human life is treated as just a relentless race for grades or a paycheck, crucial areas get entirely neglected. We're talking about moral deficiency, weak academics, or just a complete lack of mental health awareness. Add to that our modern plagues, chronic stress, and screen abuse. Seriously, did you know the average person taps, swipes, and clicks their phone over 2,600 times a day? When these fundamental human needs are ignored for long enough, a person's ability to think clearly, manage their emotions, and make sound decisions just begins to crack under the pressure. To tackle this, let's look at the 7 foundations of balance. Instead of just trying to patch up problems as they randomly pop up, the SQSF Counseling Center provides this fascinating blueprint that categorizes human development into 7 core foundations. And the key here is that they absolutely must be built together. Let's look at the first 3, which focus on grounding an individual through character and action. Pillar 1 is religion and morals, instilling honesty, self-control, and a solid ethical compass. Pillar 2 is work ethics, because honestly, you can be incredibly talented, but without responsibility, time management, and discipline, that talent is totally wasted. And Pillar 3 is service. This one is vital. It shifts the focus from me to we, cultivating leadership, cooperation, and a deep, deep sense of social responsibility to both family and the broader community. Now to complete the holistic human, we have the remaining 4 pillars, focusing on intellect and well-being. Pillar 4 is academic excellence. And to be clear, this isn't just rote memorization. It's about critical thinking and real problem solving. Then comes career development, focusing on future readiness in essential skills. Pillar 6 is mental health, equipping a young mind with actual emotional control and stress management techniques. And finally, science. This fosters logical observation and, crucially in today's world, the proper balanced use of technology. When you look at the direct correlation here, it's pretty eye-opening. Resulting traits like strong confidence, emotional control, effective leadership, and creative thinking, they don't just happen by accident. They are the organic byproduct of combining those 7 foundational areas we just talked about. When you nourish the whole system, you don't just get a smart person. You get a highly capable, emotionally secure, and genuinely good human being. Now, let's talk application with the SQSF integrated solution. Because just knowing these 7 foundations exist in a vacuum isn't quite enough, right? We need a practical, real-world delivery system to actually make them work. And that brings us to this incredibly effective triad. It's really the glue holding the entire model together. Step 1 is comprehensive education, meaning actively teaching those 7 foundations. But that absolutely must be paired with Step 2, professional counseling. This involves regular psychological assessments based on a child's specific age and needs, letting us catch issues way before they snowball. And Step 3? It's perhaps the most critical of all, effective parenting. This model emphasizes that parents need training too, scientific and ethical guidance on how to actually raise a child in today's super complex world. All 3 steps have to work in unison for the magic to happen. All right, bringing it all together, the balanced life equation. Let's condense all of these concepts into one clear, undeniable formula for human development. This defines the ultimate goal of the entire SQSF model. A balanced brain and mind isn't some sort of magic trick. It is literally the sum of those 7 foundations we discussed, plus regular counseling, plus highly aware parenting. When you add all of those variables together, the result is exactly what our society desperately needs right now: a fully realized, educated, moral, and mentally healthy citizen. I'll leave you with this powerful SQSF motto to reflect on: balanced brain, balanced mind, balanced life. It is such a potent reminder that we just cannot sacrifice one piece of our humanity for another and still expect to find peace. So, take a hard look at your own daily routines or the environment you're creating for your children. If your foundation cracked tomorrow, which of these 7 pillars would be to blame? Finding what's missing is your first step toward true balance. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you on the next one.